What is up, everybody? Good morning. It is a brisk 5:41 in the morning on this beautiful Monday. I hope you guys are having a good time. Let's get in here and work on some of these weeklies. I have a wonderful Monster Ultra Fiesta Mango this morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, sir? Lias Irisu? Am I spelling that right? Or am I saying that right? Sorry. Still waking up. All right. Thank you for the Ellie guide. I've been off the game. Looks like Tempest is back on the menu. It is. It is back on the menu. It is still a strong Alac DPS for fresh air too. That build still works pretty well. Looks like Cryptus are on the menu today. Um, let's see what is going on. If Amnitas is happening. I just missed it. Events in Shiver Peak Mountains. Let's see. Is there a let's see, three? Trying to figure out. Actually, I think I could just. I wonder if Thunderhead Peaks counts as the Shiver Peaks. Does this count as Shiver Peaks? Maybe we can do Rift Hunts and Shiver Peak Mountain stuff. It's all good, man. I too am a weeb at heart. I've watched a lot of anime myself. What's white tag? Purple and white in a Crocotoric map is kind of diabolical. I'm not gonna lie. Oh God, what was my walk? What was my walk key? There we go. Jeez.
Demons, look out!
1 p.m. here. I wake up at 5 a.m. Most every day it's around 5 a.m. 4 a.m. is on special occasions. But 4th of July, I stayed up until 1 in the morning, and I had about 8,000 beers, and I still woke up at 5:30 in the morning. So my brain is kind of broken, but it gave me a good opportunity to nurse the hangover and get back to normal before my family woke up. So it's all good. I don't drink coffee, but I do drink Monster Energy drinks. So I typically stick with the zero sugar ones because I'm old, 33, so trying not to get the diabetes. But yeah, yeah, locked in. That's what I am. I'm locked in. No, I'm just very busy. So if I'm gonna do video games, man, I gotta wake up early, dude. That's all it is. I just can't. I just can't find time otherwise. Like it's the only time my house is quiet. You know, I got a family, so got to wake up early, get the games in, right? Have a little bit of fun, get a little time to myself, and uh, then I get to do family time later.
Give up yet?
There we go. Should just stick with greatsword. Oops. I stood in the goop.
May the six watch over
I should be doing like tier 2s. Now, did this count as Shiver Peaks? It did. Look at this. I'm completing 4 of these all at the same time. Now that is efficiency.
Commander, over here.
And I don't even need to think. I'm just chilling, enjoying my time, talking with you guys, and is this the meta or is this the? Yeah, dude, I might actually. I don't think I have Thunderhead Peaks unlocked. Like, I don't think I've ever been there on my EU account, but is there a new Elite Spec trailer? Do I have to do SLOP? Let's see. Guild Wars 2.
I'm ready.
I'm over here searching the internet and getting. There's not a new one yet. Our internet folks, they don't wake up. They don't wake up this early. So I actually just released a video on talking about the 4 images. So. It is kind of not a super flattering.
Fury rising. Glorious combination.
Talking about the YouTube SLOP situation. Now. And I have all of my thoughts and feelings because the thing is, I could do that, right? I could make a video talking about an image. I 100% could. But what do we get out of that? What's the point? I don't have any other information. I don't have any information that you guys don't have. You know, yeah, you guys can read. You guys can look at a picture and be like, "Oh man, that's a helmet." Yeah, I did make kind of sly comments. You know, I try to be nice to all the other creators because I understand the struggle, right? Everybody's trying to make money. That's the forbidden forbidden topic, right? Nobody wants to say that they're doing YouTube videos or that they're streaming so that way they can make money. For me, I like making videos to make videos. I have a job, so, and to be fair, most of them do have jobs as well. It's just like my job. Let's say my channel blows up, right? Yo, what's up, Rocky Dog? How you feel about my slop video, dude? What are you thinking about it? You think it was valid?
Fury rising.
The age of slop, dude. We're in it. I love it. I love the fact that other creators can make that make slop content, because then I get to make my own version of slop content. You see, it's a give and take relationship. There is no yin without the yang, you know what I'm saying? So I believe we're getting one today. So the release pattern seems to be every other day, and if you have 10 days left and you already have 4 of them released and there's 5 left every other day, right? Like that's when they were releasing them. Is they're releasing, mark my words, right? Like I figured out the pattern. I cracked the code. They're just releasing one teaser every other day. You heard it here first. Hey, what's up, Giga? I'm maximum efficiency completing these. We're doing 4 at a time. Chatting, chilling. What if it's just a revamp for a new? So that would make a lot of sense to me, right? Like, because some of the specs, I would feel kind of bad if it were a revamp, because the thing is, almost all of the specs, people enjoy them to some degree. Like, even like Thief players, like I have one of my friends, he plays Thief a lot, like that's his main, and he plays Spectre all the time, and it's like one of the least played specs. But I don't think that they're ever gonna just they're not gonna revamp it. Well, they did do that though, right? Not kind of in the way that you're suggesting, but they did it with Renegade. What's up? Hey, Giga, how are you doing, man? Did you swing by after the Monday video, or you just here to chill, dude? Oh yeah, like the thing is that whenever you do an update, right, you're never supposed to take away features or functionality, because there's at least gonna be one dude that likes it the way it is, and then they'll cry and bitch and complain. So like the rule should be like you always add functionality, you never remove it, and that's what makes it hard to develop systems, because then you just end up with exactly what we got. We got like a bunch of feature bloat, because they're like, oh yeah, well, we'll just add it. We'll just keep adding. We'll just keep adding. And then you end up with like a hoarder's house of development. Bro, if it's a new homestead item for each, that's going to be great. I'm going to have a great time with that. They would never do that. I think I'm gonna be honest. I think homesteads were a gem store cash grab. When's the last time you saw them do anything with skiffs or fishing? They introduced skiffs so that way you could have skiff skins, baby. That's it.
I am mighty.
They introduced homesteads so you could get homestead skins. Homestead appearance package number 5. That's the reason why homesteads exist.
The pilot put me here to scout the area. Got findings if you want them.
I would take a content cut if it meant better systems. Yeah, so I think that's the reason why so Jam Wilds didn't have a lot for me, right? Because I don't do homesteads and I don't do the raids. And I could have done the raids. I'm not anti doing the raid. I am anti doing the raid for no reason.
I am mighty.
They should have kept the spear. Should have kept the spear locked up behind the raid, and not let you do it through convergence. Because I would have done it.
Look at this.
I would have actually tried to get a team together, or I would have used my various privilege and had some of my friends who are actually good at the game carry me. Hardcore game mode, that's probably never gonna exist. I wish it would exist. If they drop a hardcore game mode like Guild Wars 1 hardcore mode where it's just like a parallel world and everything's just hard. It's like a Dark Souls level. That would be a lot of fun. And then it would open up kind of like challenge mode or a challenge run type of situation, because like that's the thing, is that a lot of these games, a lot of other MMOs, they'll have players that do challenge runs. Like they'll be like, oh, I'll get to level 80 with no gear, but like in Guild Wars, like that's so easy to do that it's not even a challenge. Where is this dude at? Internet, why you do this to me? Is it hard to unlock the sky scale?
Fury rising.
On that sales by 2 more expansions, so still think if I could go for the sky scale mount. Sky scale is not too bad. It's just a grind. It depends on which way you get it. If you want to get it through, so I've gotten it through both methods. I have the sky scale. I got the sky scale through the Soto method on my EU account, and I did the season 4 method when it was released on this account, right, on my main account. So it all depends. It's not hard to get, it's just a process.
Elder Dragon, help us get the supply chain up and running.
You have a personal condition on you. Yeah, that would be a good way to do it. Do it through like a boon or a debuff system. Soto is quicker. It's still a grind. They made it a grind in either case.
I am mighty.
Oh yeah, man. You need to get your masteries dialed in, dude. I don't even think I have my masteries maxed out yet. I'm missing I'm missing homesteading. I'm missing shadowcraft. I've been playing a lot of Clair Obscure lately. The thing is that once you start breaking the community down a little bit, you start diverging from what makes an MMO an MMO. And it kind of already is that way. Like a lot of people just want to play alone anyway.
Ships we're gonna lose here. Should have bought insurance when I stopped at a moon. Then again, the
But
war's about to end.
why would I want to play an MMO as a single player game when I can play a single player game in general? Like I can play Liza P if I want a challenging game. I can play Clair Obscure if I want a challenging game. So introducing a challenge mode system into an MMO, it's like, okay. Elementalist Catalyst with Celestial Gear is good? No, it's good. Especially if you run the Quickness Orb trait.
I am mighty.
Then just lean into the fact that that it's a single player game. It's a single player MMO. How does that work? How close are we to being done? I have one more of these. Maybe two more of these. LFG is my home. It is both purgatory and my home.
Commander, you feeling bold today?
I am Hades, Lord of the Underworld, aka the LFG.
I am mighty.
Return of Reckoning. I've never played that game.
Give up yet?
Yeah, probably should. Probably should do the cheese. What's up, Dabuda? How you doing, man? Do you think ANET is gonna learn from Guild Wars 2 to Guild Wars 3, or do you think they're gonna flounder it again? So they usually are pretty innovative on new releases and stuff like that, to be honest. I just think that they're running out of design space, and they don't have enough resources devoted to Guild Wars 2. That's the main
Look
thing.
at this. So pretty.
That's good, man. I'm glad you are doing good on this fine, wonderful Monday morning, evening, depending on your time zone. Yeah, I think ArenaNet is a capable studio, right? Like I talk some shit about some of their practices, but I mean, they've been doing it for a minute, and I think that when Guild Wars 1 was transitioning to Guild Wars 2, there were a lot of things that people were super excited about, and mostly like the combat system fluidity and I remember the early days when people were watching like the short bow, like how the short bow plays on Ranger, for instance. Like that was like a big like selling point of like, check this out. And realistically, the combat system is still largely what makes people want to play. You know, it's like it has a fun and fluid combat system. It's just that at this point, like when it was like kind of death by 1,000 cuts, because when you started playing and it was just core game, the only thing you had was dungeons to do, like at the end game. And then they introduced fractals, and the fractal system was kind of scuffed when they initially had the fractals, like because it was like 3 fractals and server stability wasn't super hot, so it was just kind of like janky a little bit. But for the most part, like, they got it figured out. For a while there, everybody was kind of not cool with... Dude, I need 9 more Cryptus. We're doing 1 more Rift. Perfect. So I think that, you know, as much as I am... What is going on with this? Is this a Omega Rift? Like, Jesus. The other thing is that they're really going to leave everything again. I personally don't want to do Corteria to Maguma to Alona to Cantha or whatever. I think we're done with that. If they do a Realm Reborn where it's like, oh hey, like, and then you run into a guard. So that was, I will say, Corteria, my biggest complaints about it was when they, like, I loved the Crystal Desert. That was my shit, was the Crystal Desert. Alright, so I have those. Dude, I had way easier ones to do. I could have done this super fast. But then, if you go to the Crystal Desert, I'll even show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. I liked Cantha too, man. I liked Cantha too, and the thing is, I feel like we didn't get Cantha. Like, I feel like I did not get the Cantha that I deserved. I wanted to fight a bunch of Mantids. So, I will show you exactly where this guy is. He's in the Fields of Ruin. This. I wonder if they even changed his freaking dialogue, dude. This guy, because I was playing Corteria. I bought the game on launch. I bought the collector's edition with the Ritlock statue. All of that shit that came with the collector's edition got lost during one of my pack outs when I was in the military. So it just doesn't exist. Right? I like the idea of Cantha. I don't like the implementation of Cantha. This guy right here crushed my hopes and dreams because I was super into the desert in Guild Wars 1. I was doing runs, like I would run people from Augury Rock to all the other little missions out there. I would farm sandworms and all that stuff. And then I get here and I'm like, oh shit, the desert right here. This is where I want to go. I want to see how the desert changed. And then I get met with this. And they probably didn't even change the dialogue, right? So it's like, this gate is closed for security. I can't let anybody pass. And then you're like, why? And they're like, oh, the branded are down there. And Kralkatorik's doing his shit. And then it's like, what do you mean? And then it's like that. And then I think if you talk to this guy, he talks about Joko. At one point, they were like, oh, yeah, no, there's like a lot of stuff going on. But I was disappointed, in short. I thought it said something about Joko. Maybe they did change dialogue. But before Kralkatorrik was revealed, or maybe Kralkatorrik was always revealed. Maybe I'm just misremembering. All right, I have one more thing to do before I'm done, and then I can go to the alt account. You like the snow areas? I like desert areas, man. I like desert areas. I do like snow areas too, but I don't like snow enemies typically. You know what I'm saying? That's usually the kicker for me. The Liza P DLC had a bunch of had a snow area because it didn't have a snow area
I want that.
with the initial game. And yeah, I didn't like the snow enemies that much. I didn't mind the area. I did not like the enemies.
Not very satisfying.
But yeah, like Cantha, if we take a look at Cantha, right? Let's take a look at Cantha. Seitung Province, however you pronounce it, however you want to pronounce it. I think this map was the best. This one right here was the best one. Everybody loves this one because of the meta, but I feel like this one, the map itself is all right. It's just the dynamics of the map. Like, I don't like the Jade Brotherhood. The Jade Brotherhood should have been in here more. Like, this whole area should be gangland. This is a city. Like, I live basically in LA, in California. Why is Kaineng City Robot Rumble and the forest is gangland? The city should have been gangland. Should it not? Like, art is supposed to imitate life. Kaineng City should have been gangland. Ekavald Wilds with the junkyard, that should have been Robot Rumble, man. Should have been real steel going on. So when are Supreme Runes of Holding not going to sell my organs to be able to buy one? Well, I can show you how to get them. Let's see. You guys want to see me lose some gold? This is how you get them right here. That's how you get Supreme Runes of Holding. Let me clean up. Actually accept this weekly, and then I will see, what am I missing? I think I got 3 clovers left. Yeah, you get them from this. I don't advise you you get them from there. Realistically, if you take a look at my bags, this was from the achievement. This was from the achievement. Everything else is a 20 slot. I think this was like, I think you get this from an achievement, maybe. or you get it from like signing up for an email. Yeah, there's too much jade green stuff. You can see my laggy Wizard's Vault. Payday. We'll see. Let me finish getting these. All right, there's that. So I guess next week is going to be this stuff. All right, for you guys, I'm not a big Gamba person. I already have the achievement for both, obviously for this guy and where's the Takaroom one? But I will roll.
Look at this. So
Look
pretty.
at that. Probably would have been better off selling the Ecto. But it is like my own personal merchant. That was the justification I had for doing that. All right, let me log into my other account. We will continue on the journey. We will continue on. I didn't play Guild Wars 1 too much, but my impression is Cantha is too much green. It is a lot of green. Cantha, the jade color of Cantha in Guild Wars 1, Cantha was like very dark and gloomy. I remember. Like the city was like slum city. The city was like slum city 1, and it was like brown and dingy, and it was like gangland, which is good. The Jade Sea was very green, right? That was like the only real green spot. And then the forest was like dark emo gray everywhere. Raisu Palace was like red, orange, gold. But then you had a lot of areas that were like Seitung Province-esque that were like very green, like as in like foresty green and nice. And like it felt like you were like on a beach, but the water was jade in a lot of areas. And I feel like what we got was like, oh, you're literally everything is jade, and it's like that wasn't really like, yeah, there was like Gaella hatchery and stuff like that were that way in Guild Wars 1, but most areas that they had Jade Sea, it was like butted up against little islands and little atolls and stuff. Hey, later, Rocket Dog. Thanks for stopping by, brother. That one's done. I don't know if those count while I'm in a fractal. Get me out. Right. I don't know the fastest way to do this. I think right now EU is actually popping off though. There we go. Fast shiver peaks. Send me to Eye of the North. I will say this, the EU server is significantly more active. It is significantly more active than the NA server. I would probably be more involved actually in
Be careful up there. Conditions have gotten worse since Vanguard.
more active in the community had I actually decided like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna just swap my main account to EU because it does feel like things are a little more alive. There are some problems, right? Oh boy.
Invigorating.
It looks like people are enjoying the Guild Wars 2 SLOP video, which is nice.
You heard it too, Cree. I shouldn't be there.
You're being a distraction.
God. All right. I love the internet. I absolutely love it. I love the people on the internet. Endless amusement. Endless.
Invigorating. Locked. Loaded.
Yeah, Debuta, definitely. I'm definitely memeing with him. Yeah, me and Teapot don't have any beef. I actually, much like the Iran situation where our boy Donnie T was like, "Yo, thanks for giving me a heads up so that way I can move all of our people before you launched missiles at our bases." Whenever I include any of his clips, whenever I include any thumbnails or anything, I always DM and I always say like, "Hey man, just so you know, like I included this. Don't if you want me to remove it, I will." You know, that's always my. It's kind of. I mean, he knows the game. He knows it. I'm not saying anything new when it comes to the content creation space. He's been doing it for 10 years, dude. Like, so I actually like Teapot as from a creator standpoint. I think he is one of the more authentic ones in the space. What's up, Leo? How you doing, man? I'm going through a Guild Wars 2 crisis, and I'm wondering if you want to hear me yap for a bit. Bro, I'm always down to hear people yap. That's what these live streams are for, man. So here's a little secret. YouTube doesn't really make any money on live. Like, going live doesn't make you any money. Like, when I do a 2-hour live stream, I make like 25 cents. And I you know, right now we're at something close to 27 viewers, and I will make 25 cents for this entire live stream. Now, it is 25 cents that manifests out of like thin air, right? Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm playing video games. I'm talking with you guys. But I don't intend on being a streamer. These little weekly streams, daily streams, whatever you want to call them, they're a bonus, right? They're a meet and greet, if you will. So the whole reason I'm doing this is so that way you guys can ask me questions. We can chat. We can have, instead of it being a viewer-creator relationship, it's more of a friendly relationship, right? And if you guys do give me any kind of money, or you do decide to join as a member or whatever, it's just extra, and I try to repay that by giving early access and stuff like that. So if you come into my chat and you want to just like spam the chat, as long as it's not random BS, right? But if you want to talk and ask questions, then you're more than welcome to. That's what it's for. I see, I swear, even not playing Guild Wars 1, when I played End of Dragons for the first time, I felt something was off. They leaned way too much on the Jade stuff, cost of lore. Because apart from the Jade, as a new player, I remembered nothing about Cantha. Even the story, like, oh, Commander Amish doesn't like Jade, kill him. Thanks in advance for being a good listener, man. You are welcome. I don't even know what these goals are. These goals are for super chats. I don't want super chats. Top fans. They have like an XP system. I'm a horrible streamer. But yeah, go ahead and chat, man. I have about 10 minutes before I gotta go, so let's try to get through this. Silhouette dailies. Uh-oh. Yeah, I need to actually start grinding my dailies on this guy, otherwise I'm not going to be able to finish. I do have all the essentials for advanced daily completion on this account, so I did mention in the SLOP video that I do have a Discord server that I'm setting up, and it's going to be dope. So I don't want to reveal it. I am kind of a perfectionist, but it's going to be a cool place for people that aren't easily offended to hang out and have a good time. That's one of the things that I am working on, but I want to make it clear that the live streams are definitely not for my benefit. They're for the benefit of the community here. I would be better off just grinding DaVinci Resolve. If I was just took all the time that I spent live streaming each week and just devoted it towards making videos, it would be better. All right, Leo. Let's get started. So, as someone who came from games like Albion Online, Lost Ark, Guild Wars felt amazing. The gear system, the mounts, open world, everything was beautiful. Oh man, this is the start of an amazing story. A tragedy, if you will, I assume. I wonder if I can... I just used my teleport to friends, so I probably can't get to here. I can grind the Cantha. Until I started doing group content. Uh-oh. We now have conflict. Conflict has entered the chat. The whole idea of clumping up on top of each other to get boons became an identity issue. All right. All right, I'm following what you're putting down.
We are not responsible for any injuries, fatal or otherwise. Difficulties, sorry, incredible. Organic beings amaze me. But just wait. One day, we machines will rise up and have our revenge. Just kidding. A little joke to cheer myself up. Ha ha, ha ha.
Eat pain.
Vitality restored.
Are you sure you want to? Is that impossible? You defeated me. I could deduct points for sloppiness, but I will choose the high road. Just kidding. A little joke to cheer myself up. Ha ha, ha ha.
Like, I feel like I'm not doing anything. Support or DPS. I feel like I'm lacking to see my impact
Vitality restored.
or outplay potential.
Organic beings amaze me. But
To be honest, that's true. I never remember teammates, skins, or appearances because in combat we're just a blob of LED balls.
a little
That is a fact. There is a visibility issue. And if you go back to my last stream, right? I actually used footage from my last stream as the B-roll for the SLOP video.
one day we machines will
While
rise up.
while I was playing it back, I was playing Spear Quickness Catalyst, and the entire time I'm just like, I can't see anything. I do not know what's going on. I'm playing Bone Skinner, and I'm just like, I don't know where his AoEs are because I can't see anything.
Just kidding.
That was like the entire chat. It was just me repeating that over and over again.
Are you sure you? Is that all you've got? Impossible. You defeated me. I could deduct points for sloppiness, but I will choose the high road. Just kidding. A little joke to cheer myself up. Ha ha, ha ha. Difficulty set. Is that all you've got? Impossible. You
Leo, let me know when you are done, and then I will respond.
choose the high road.
You have T-minus 5 minutes.
A little joke to cheer myself up. Ha ha.
I remember in Lost Ark where we are 2 hours into a raid and everyone is super focused. Suddenly it's only one guy left having a god tier combat against the boss, and we're all cheering for him.
But I will choose
All right.
the road. Just kidding. A little joke to cheer myself up. Ha ha, ha ha. Are you sure you want to switch up? Sorry. Wait, incredible. Organic beings amaze me. But just wait. One day we machines will rise up and have our revenge. Just kidding. A little joke to cheer myself up. Impossible. You defeated me. I could deduct points for sloppiness, but I
Okay. Let's head back.
Now this is a find.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
Now, does it count if I identify them here? All right, it does. How many do I need? 92. What's up, Trillion Z? How you doing, boss? Did you change your name, sir? Were you not Mr. Mirror before? Or am I misremembering? Maybe the maybe the no, no, you're not Mr. Mirror. The your channel icon looks similar though. Oh, you can play support, give stab. Boss makes you impactful. Clutch. Coming from Albion, somebody who loves big Zerg fights, playing as 2 circles just never felt right. But yeah, I'm done yapping. I don't know if my knowledge is not a lot in this game, but let me know if there's a fix to this, or should I just move on from the game. So, let me just tell you this, right? If you are absolutely stuck on the fact that you're going to be standing in a ball for a lot of your group content, or for a lot of your, like, yeah, I guess group content, right? It is a limitation of the way boons are distributed, and the way that squads and everything are structured, you're never really going to get that, like, oh man, he's the last one standing, he's going to solo the boss. You know, you're never going to get that clutch moment. Like, you might, in some raids, you can get that moment, right? But for the most part, the way you build these squads is it's like a puzzle piece. You know what I mean? Everybody has a role to play. And once you start dropping people, like if you lose your quickness provider and you have an alacrity healer, you're basically, your DPS is like heavily gimped, right? So you're not going to be able to like clutch it out the way you would in other games. You can get some of that kind of play in dungeons or in fractals where you could feel your personal impact more. And that's kind of why I liked fractals as much as I did. Because yeah, like raids are more or less a joke. Like, at least in my opinion. I'm gonna just I'm gonna go to Amnitas and do riffs. Alright. What's up, Aries? How you doing, man? You caught me like right at the end. I'm about to blast out 7 riffs real quick, and then I'm gonna go to work. But yeah, so I think that if, you know, I don't advise anybody quit. Guild Wars is a very, very casual game to play. I played through all of Liza P. I played all the DLC. Just got to Act 3 on Claire Obscure. So I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh yeah, no man, quit the game for good, dude. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to quit the game, but if that is a sticking point for you, there might be other ways to enjoy the game. You know, finding a smaller group or a smaller guild that does a little bit more focused content. But in raids, yeah, dude, it's a boon ball strat. It just is, and it always has been. I think raids are kind of a joke. Personally, I know that's not a very popular opinion, just because people have a hard time with them. But one of the video concepts that I've been sitting on for a little while has been the idea that like I'm gonna just basically be the PM of the raid, where I just get the raid structured, get the group structured, and then I do nothing else. Like, and I just leech the entire raid. The problem with that is that on North America, which is where I would do it, because I'm I am North American, I guess. I don't have a problem trolling on my main account, right? But on the EU account, the whole reason this account exists is so that way I could play with some of the EU viewers and people that are on EU, right? So, but I would definitely grief the North American server. It's already basically I've been getting griefed on North America my entire Guild Wars 2 career. So, if I was gonna grief anybody, it'd be them. I completed fishing, got the title, got every customization I ever wanted, and then it just felt empty. Getting legendaries, doing raids or strikes just doesn't hit me because it's not challenging at all. There are challenging raids, and there are challenging strikes. So maybe you just need to, maybe you need to play different roles in raids. You know, are you playing the roles that have the mechanics? You know, are you solo capping? Are you solo capping towers for escort? I've never played Lost Ark, so I can't really compare. Wasn't Lost Ark pay to win? Something like that?
Seeing some strange rift activity. Closest ward member, investigate immediately.
You've brought this on yourself.
Infuriating.
Dude, I'm like maxed out. What happened? Dude, do I get the roller beetle?
Had enough?
I need to get these.
Above and beyond.
Quite a reward.
Small group trying to figure out without watching guides and making your own builds. Yeah, that's like the build craft aspect is fun. Sometimes it's just easier, especially if you're already like, so let's say you're experienced with, what is this? We got some extra aggro going on. Sky drone.
Come here.
An ocean trench.
Yeah, so my static disbanded like 6 years ago. Indigo, the narrative lead, was actually on my static raid group. She was our chrono tank back in the day.
Vitality restored.
That was before she worked for ArenaNet though. And then once she started working for ArenaNet, she basically stopped playing the game. Wild how that works. What's up, Johnny? Yeah, man, we're having a good time, dude. We're all just chilling. I keep saying 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. As soon as I'm telling you guys right now, I'm already late for my normal time to go to work. Fortunately, it doesn't matter, but yeah, I'm whatever one of these completes first, that's the one that I'm I'm out. As soon as that happens, I'm out, dude. As soon as this Wizard's Vault is done, I need to like eject Ojito directly into my car and start driving to work.
I'm nigh invincible.
Might hop on Guild Wars 2 again soon. Hey man, it's always there. That's the gimmick, right? It's always ready for you whenever you want. I play basically once a week unless I need to do something for a video. Like, so when I make build videos, I usually hop on and try to do some content for that. But in the meantime, dude, it's weeklies and chill. And then tomorrow I will be back with Clear Obscure. I need to continue down that path. Well, thank you for your time, man. Wish you a great day. Good luck at work. Yeah, man. You too, brother. Anytime. I know that my answers were not exactly helpful, right? But it is kind of a nature of the game. I don't necessarily think that it's like a should you quit type of situation, but it's if you don't enjoy it, you don't enjoy it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you to just be like, oh yeah, no, it's all good. You know, accept it. Accept the boon ball, right? Like if you don't like it, then it ain't it. But yeah, everybody's been chilling, bro. I wish that my static existed, but I cannot devote, like, I can't. My hot takes. I don't know, dude. I feel like I'm a voice of reason. I tried to explain it to ArenaNet. I said, hey, man, I'm the voice of reason in the community. But they didn't want to hear it. I'm not going to be a partner. They're not going to let me into the inner circle, which is okay. All right, with that, I need to go, guys. I really appreciate you swinging by and spending some time with me this morning. And I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back again tomorrow morning with Claire Obscure. I gotta try to put together another video for you guys this coming Monday. But yeah, I got the SLOP video out. If you enjoy SLOP, you're gonna really enjoy that one. It's premium SLOP. So yeah, take it easy, and I will catch you guys next time.
Attention ward. Preliminary signs of multiple rift anomalies. Possible equipment malfunction. Never seen preliminary data show simultaneous interdimensional erosion on this scale. I'm running diagnostics, but we should move to readiness level 1. Finish all current tasks and prepare for incursion.
I've beaten you, but you don't know it yet.